What's good? Good morning. All right, man. Let's get it rolling this morning. Harold Jones, what's good, man? All right. Justin Taylor, John Black Johnny, what's going on, man? Jamal Allen, Tony Snowflakes, what's good, sir? Star City J, So Icy, Marlon, So Icy Sims, what's good? Jay Good, what's going on? Abel Mahari, what's going on? Dame Watson, what's good? Macadon one, salute. TJ Joyner, what's good, my man? Omega Red in the building. Marlon So Icy Sims, what's good, man? The word, Johannesburg. The word is good. The word is what's up. Man, we just talking this boxing this morning. Talking this boxing, Marlon. TZ Frank, what's good? Almighty Law 703. Hey, Marlon So Icy Sims, man, let me know. Let us know when it's gonna take to get you a LDBC t-shirt, man. Almighty Law 703. What's going on? Lynn Mad, St. Cruising, what's good? Derek McKee, what's going on? Aaron Parker, what's happening? GG, what's good? Kane the bad guy, Toot Robinson, yes, sir. Aha, yeah, I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. What's good, Toot? Brian Oyola said Crawford needs to call Al, get out of that contract. Hey, man, you know, he'll get paid. He's gonna make that. He's gonna make that money. You know, I just really, man, I go through those contracts because I want to, because it's a good way to teach contracts to people, man. You know, it's a good way to teach. So, you know, I don't know what, when he entered that agreement, I mean, he might not have very much leverage. When you don't have any leverage, you got to take what you get. And that's the thing with like young boxers and just folk that don't have, you know, unless you got some reason, you got choices. If you don't have options, you know, you got to take what you can get. And when you got to take what you can get, they treat you like a slave. I talked to this cat yesterday, one of my partners, and I was just talking about owns McDonald's. And I just described it just because I hadn't talked to another attorney about a boxing contract that wasn't involved in boxing. And man, that dude was like, damn, that's slavery right there. I was like, yeah, man, pretty much. Toot Robinson, yes, sir. Brian Oyola, Crawford needs to call Al. Yep, we got that. Ivy Webb, what's going on? Kennedy Linder, what's good, my man? How was this? Oh, my mama called me. Oh, man, I hope everything's good with my mama. What's going on, Justin Marsh in the building? Much love in the super chat, my man. Much love in the super chat. Chase Money, Jeff the producer. Yes, sir, Deion Washington. I'm very I try to be like clockwork, man. Try to keep it salute, man. I was pissed off this morning, so it's gonna take me a while to warm up this morning because, man, I was spending good time. Just, man, my wife is not the type of woman that ever really sits still. So I'm sitting there talking to her, just sitting on the couch. You know, she got her arm around my shoulder, like rubbing the back of my head, just mellowing out during one of the very few minutes. Man, my wife is a straight up workaholic. Mellowing out. All of a sudden, man, 6:30 in the morning, my phone starts blowing up from work. I'm like, God, dog, you kidding me? This shit happens like once a year where she just completely mellows out and like, man, I was pissed off, dog. I was like, but I had to, it was something was time sensitive. Pissed me off, man. Toot Robinson in the building. I saw you back there, Toot. I ain't forget about you, Toot. Toot Robinson in the building. What's going on, Mario Taylor? Best Fight, the best boxing. What's good? I know you're going to eat these cats up on that Sky Sports shit, just like I'm about to. Oh, wow. Said Marlon Swice said, email me this week and I'll send you my address. I'll wear it to the True X fight this weekend if it comes fast enough. All right, cool. We'll do. Or better yet, man, send me your address. Just send me your address and I'll buy it and I'll get it shipped to you. Email me your address. And I'll do that. Matter of fact, man, I'm about to start buying and giving away prizes. I'm about to give I'm about to buy LDBC Tshirts and I'm gonna start giving them shits away as prizes, man. I figured out how I could do it, man. Yeah, LDBC T-shirts, using them as prizes. So like I'll buy them from Best Fight from either Ticket or Black Fight Fan TV, and I'm gonna start sending you guys T-shirts to Patreons. To patrons, I got to do it to patrons because I got to figure out how I can. But I'm gonna do that, man, because I need cats like really repping wearing it, and I'm gonna get, because I was like, man, what kind of prizes could I give out? And damn. Give out Black Fight Fan TV T-shirts. Jeff Marshall, what's love, man? Much love in the super chat. You said good fights come this weekend. Yes, sir. It's gonna be some Ashley's Corner. What's going on? My fellow Gervonta Davis fan. What's good? Ron Finkley, what's happening? Deion Washington, I had an accident headed to work this morning, got rear-ended, just left the ER. We both had fucked up mornings. I am sorry to hear that, man. Oh, hey, I'm glad you're well enough to get on this chat. Hey, Beverly Rose in the building. What's going on, my lady? Oh man, I got Ashley and it's a special day. Ashley and Beverly Rose in the chat, same day, same time. That's what's up. Next thing I get Lala D in here, man. I get Lala D and 1-2, who I haven't seen in forever. I'm gonna buy an LDBC tee to my concert. Yeah, man, it's our repping the shirts, man. And we go to these fights, piss them off. Piss them off. Who glad you all right? Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's chop this up, man. Let's chop this up. First of all, you know I'm laughing, dog. Tito Carlisle said I'm going to win the LDBC to perform in my concert May 12th. That's what's up. Tito Carlisle in the building. Abel Mahari said, man, the national championship game was electric. When you visit Minneapolis, you got to see the Vikings game in the U.S. Bank Stadium. Great game last night. That's what's up. Now, I'm going to tell you how much of a boxing fan I am. Who won? Who won? I don't even know. Did Virginia lose? But nah, what's going on? What's blazing in sports? Yes, sir. All right, man. Let's chop this up. So, Deontay Wilder is going to fight on Sky Sports, man. Virginia. Oh, Virginia won. Auburn pissed off, dog. Thanks for letting me know. I'm telling you, dog. Hey, man, I'm more interested in Marlon So Icy Sim when his next fight is than I am in the Final Four. I'm boxing through and through. Boxing through and through. Samuel Peter, who next? I don't know who Samuel Peter is going to fight next. He's fighting pretty soon. Dang, John Wilson said, RIP Brazil. But look, man, ain't it wild? Who's the brother? Who's what brother? Sax B? I'm not sure what you mean. But look, man, Deontay Wilder is going to be fighting on Sky Sports, not BT. That's going to be interesting because you know that really sets up some crazy shit. Now, I don't know that this is going to happen. What's going on, Antonio Mendoza? I don't know that this is what's going to happen, but you realize that Deontay Wilder is fighting in the middle of the morning on Sky Box Office. I did not see whether it was pay-per-view or not. I didn't see whether it was pay-per-view or not. I'm pretty sure that Anthony Joshua is going to be pay-per-view. If Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder both on Sky Sports, one a few weeks apart from one another, wouldn't it be interesting if Deontay Wilder gets the same viewership as Anthony Joshua? Wouldn't that be crazy? If Deontay Wilder has viewership anywhere near Anthony Joshua's viewership on Sky, that dude ain't getting 50-50. That dude he won't be worth 50-50. And watch this. Even if, because they're both on in the middle of the morning, and one's not pay-per-view and one is pay-per-view, Deontay Wilder might do bigger numbers in the UK than Anthony Joshua. There's a chance. And I'm interested now. I wouldn't bet on that chance, but dog, I'll be real interested to see. Because they're going head-to-head. They're going head-to-head. That's going to be crazy. Deion Washington said, Brazil going to sleep. Hey, man, I hope so. I'm rooting for the champ. I'm rooting for the champ big time. Which brings me to the other side of the conversation we're going to have today. A continuation from yesterday's, my, disgust with certain members of the boxing media in the United States. Your boy, Steve, my brother. Oh no, what is this? I got 2 calls. Oh no, don't give me 2 calls. Oh no. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna show you I gotta do one thing. Just so you know. This is what you're supposed to do, young man. I'm gonna try to show you young men what you gotta do. You gotta do this. Gotta do it. Gotta do it. We'll see if she answered. My mama called me. So she called me twice, so I got to make sure like nothing happened. She sounded nice on the voicemail, so. But if she don't answer it, I've done my due diligence. Done my duty. She didn't answer. Love my mama. Hold on 1 second. Sorry. Give me a second. Hey, mama. This is your son, your youngest son. So I thought I saw that you called me. I'm in the middle of doing something on the boxing channel. So love you very much. I will call you back later. Bye. There you go. All right. Had to do it, man. Got to call my mama. My mother's 80 years old. My mother's over 80 years old. Yeah. Big time mama's boy, man. I'm a big time mama's boy. My mom is over 80 years old. So, you got to make sure that you call her, which if she calls me twice, I'm just like, oh, man, okay. I'm okay. Okay. You got to call your mama, man. Got to call my mama, too, when I get off. Exactly, man. Call your mama, tell you love her. Black Wall Street said Fannon turned into another guy when he on the phone with his mama. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's my mama. I love my mama. I love my mama so much that I refuse to call her anything but mama around anybody else. Like, people be changing stuff like, hi, mom. Hey, ma. Hey, hell no. Your name is mama. Hey, mama. I call my mama, mama. I call my daddy, daddy. I tried to tell my son to call me daddy, and my son refuses. My son's like, Dad. Like, you little stubborn motherfucker. Call me daddy. I don't want to be called dad. Pop, dad. So I was like, all right, you keep calling me dad. I'm gonna say in front of your friends, you remember I'm your dada. I'm gonna embarrass them and say, now, John, call me dada. See, but it won't happen. Anyway, man. Yes, my people, man. I call my mama, mama. I call my daddy, daddy. I'll be 70 years old calling my daddy, daddy. Like, you call your dad daddy? Yeah, I call my dad daddy. Yeah, yes. I don't have a dad. I got a daddy. Daddy. D-A-D-D-Y. Daddy. It's okay to call your parents by their. Is it okay to call your parents by your name? Not me. I mean, if your parents want you to call him by the name, I guess. I worked with my father, man. He used to be trying to have me call him by his first name in front of people. Like, man, I can't do that shit. I'll say, excuse me. I would refer to him as excuse me. That's be my name for him when I was around him. Excuse me. I ain't gonna call you by your first name. I just can't get it out. I can't get it out of my system. I mean, I guess can't get it out of my mouth. Hi, Bob. Hey, get the fuck out of here, man. Anyway, the world stops for the queen. Yes, sir. All right, man, but let's get back to it, man. You got called by mama. You had to go in the house. Yeah, exactly. Oh, Duke, I'm sorry to hear that, man, that your dad died when you were 6. Hey, man, rest in peace. My mother's father died when she was 9. And, it was rough on her. It's still rough on her. Anyway, man, let me get back to this, man. Calvin Johnson, what's up to the LDBC and Fannon? The GOAT just got out of court and ready for the breakfast talk. That's what's up. Hope you were in court for a good reason. And it went well for you. My mom would box my jaw off if I dropped her first name to her face. Oh, dude, yeah, man. These cats like, and these other kids, man, I would have man, I won't even answer the kids call me by my first name. Some little kids call me by my first name. I act like they're not even talking to me. Like they're not even talking to me. You can call, they eventually it turned around to, because then I got to tell their parents. And it gets awkward. Like, we don't do that. You know, sorry, we don't do that. So you can't be, no, I'm not going to answer to that. You might call me Mr. This. You know, like you could do me Mr. This. Like you throw a Mr. at the front of that first name and then maybe I can go. But that sounds like some old disrespectful shit they do to like nannies, like Miss Bertha, like they call them Miss Bertha or Nanny Bertha, some shit like that. Anyway, what typical black man stuff what's typical black man stuff, man? Typical black stuff I'm not sure what that is. I just don't do it. Able women connections. So anyway, let's get back to this, man. Let's get back to this. We'll do it at Ivy Webb. Yes, Deion Washington said Sky Sports will be taken over by the Bomb Squad. And I'm telling you all right now, those numbers better not be anywhere near each other. Man, if Deontay Wilder's numbers are within 30%, if they're within 50% of Anthony Joshua, 50% of Anthony Joshua, all that A-side shit's out the window. He's 60-40 at that point. And let me explain to you why. Because AJ's numbers in the United States were 1/5 of Deontay Wilder's. He only got 20%. Well, let's round. His viewership in the United States is only 25% of Deontay Wilder's viewership in the United States. 25%. Anthony Joshua will get about 225,000 people watching his fight on Showtime. I ain't counting the 600,000 for him and Klitschko because that's Klitschko. Klitschko has been fighting in the United States forever. Anthony Joshua, 200,000 in the United States. 200,000 on Showtime. Deontay Wilder on Showtime, 1.2 million. So last time I checked, dog, that's less than 25%, but I'm going to round up. If Deontay Wilder, his numbers are half of Anthony Joshua's, dog, that means you got all them UK people getting all up early in the morning to watch him. And you know they are because all these UK channels keep making videos about him. So they're doing a lot of they're doing a lot of publicizing of Deontay Wilder. We're going to love it. 60-40. Tell AJ to be financially realistic. Be financially realistic. And thanks, Tyson Fury. There's all kind of angles that I could take on this, man. But I found out about this before it was time to do a video. So I can't share with you all of my angles that I have for this because then people will steal my video before I have a chance to get it out. I ain't giving you raggedy ass media guys no extra work. Okay? Make the video after I'm done. What's going on, Narco Champion TV? El Bruto. Eno said, AJ is a bigger star in America. Yeah. Whatever, dog. You know how that goes. That's what they were saying. And it was ironic to me, man, because it's a bunch of people who know. Oh, hell no. You funny, dude. Boxing Counter Elite said, Fannon, Black Fight Fan TV came up with a new catchphrase for these Mo Butter Biscuit Boss. Oh, dog. Look, man. First of all, I want to separate my ire for these media cats from between the two dudes I was talking about because Dougie Fisher got all in his feelings. Dougie Fisher got all in his feelings yesterday. I don't have disdain for Dougie Fisher. I have pity for Dougie Fisher. I feel disdain for Steve Kim. I feel pity for Dougie Fisher. Dougie Fisher is trapped in the closet, like best fight the best would say. He probably goes into his closet at home, right? When his wife ain't around, his wife's probably, his wife probably European too. So he can't even be at home with his wife. But he ain't got no friends, black friends or nothing. But when he goes into his closet, and he starts crying, why I have to be black? Why'd you make me black? I don't want, why couldn't mama, couldn't you just marry her? Why did you have to marry daddy and make me black? I don't want to be it. That's hard. You know what I'm saying? That's hard. I pity that. I pity him. Steve Kim, on the other hand, I detest him. I just detest him because you're just a jerk, man. And come on, man, welfare recipient. The PBC is a welfare program. I know you're just despicable. But I'm trying to get to this information. Dougie Fisher, I feel sorry for you because I know damn well that you don't like being in the situation that you're in. Okay? I know you don't like toting that water. I know you don't like toting that water. That water gets your back hurting every once in a while. And you sitting up in there where they get all passive aggressive with you. When they give you, what's that phrase? My wife is big on this phrase. Like, what is it, like aggressions? Microaggressions. You sitting up in there with all the microaggressions, like they ask you, to touch your hair. When they ask you, when they say stuff like, ask you, what's your favorite rapper? Who's your favorite rapper? And you be like, I don't like rap. You're like, yeah, you do, but you're black. Come on, man. What's good, brother? When they do that to you, Stevie, when they're like, what's up? What's good, my man? When they do that shit to you, when they crack black jokes at you, when they think it's funny and cute, and you sit there in the back of your mind, you hating every second of it, and you want to cuss them out, but you can't because you got no friends to go to vent to. That's what I would say with you, Dougie. Dougie, you need to socialize with some more black people, allow you to come out of that hole you're in, dog. I know that hole, dog. I know that hole. I know that feeling. I know that feeling. And I know you got that feeling because you act like you got that feeling. You act like you got that feeling. What did he say? What did he say? Yes, sir. He said, I didn't call him the demographic. Well, they said you called him the demographic, and you know how it is. If you're black, you're guilty. Oh, man. Oh, that's hilarious to me. Say he loves rock music. Yeah, man, I don't even like rap music. Stop asking me. No, I don't eat catfish. I like shrimp, boiled shrimp. No, he doesn't have he doesn't have them in the hole and build a house on it. Oh, no, he doesn't. Leave him in the hole and build a house on it. Hey, man, I want him to be, big time. Every black person. Yeah, exactly. Hey, so, you know him? I know you get sick of when the black dude, when the janitor walks by you and it goes like this and you be like, damn, he noticed. And then motherfuckers be like, what are you? What are you? And then you got to say it. Like, they'll be like, because you don't even know. They don't really know what you are because you got your ponytail all pulled back and, you go by name Dougie. Fisher, you're probably half Hebrew. So, like, I'm Jewish. Yeah, you don't look Jewish. Your name sounds Jewish, but you don't look Jewish. Oh, my dad's black. Oh. Lock the door. Anyway, dog. Reading Dougie Fisher's meltdown on Twitter right now, dog. He had a meltdown, dog. Shout out to Steve Kim and Dougie Fisher exposing you race baiters. Don't put out real boxing. Don't put out real boxing. Do not put out real boxing. Please do not put out real boxing. Dog, he ain't exposed shit. Dog, we don't care. It ain't race baiting. We're all black folk. How you baiting? We baiting them to do what? I love that phrase. Baiting you to do what? What's the bait? What's the bait? What's the bait? Steve Kim talking about black people and accusing them of being racist, that's race baiting. That's race baiting. He put out a statement about the welfare system, calling the PBC a welfare system and who caters to the lowest common denominator. That is racism baiting. He ain't exposing nobody. We don't even give a shit about him. Come on, man. We got 1,000 Stevie. We got 1,000 Dougie Fishers, man. We got cousins named Dougie Fisher. What's up, Dougie Doug? We got plenty of them, man. He's trying to talk to you. He ain't exposing nobody. He is pimping you. Just like I tell you cats about them AJ fans. Oh, they just like the black AJ fans. What is this? The NBBC. What'd you just call your stupid ass? Where'd that go? The NBBC, non-biased boxing community. You talking about that dirty tooth, that dirty tooth motherfucker was talking about? Dog, they're just pimping you. He's pimping you. The other dude's pimping you. They're just pimping you because they want you. They want to be the apologists. They want to be paid for apologizing. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that these Negroes is acting like this and saying these mean things and making you feel self-conscious. They need to, come on, man. That's what they doing. They ain't exposing nobody. They're pimping you. Exposing us to us would be how? How? What? What's not true? What's not true? What you gonna expose? Expose the fact that battle royales were a group 15 black boys tied blindfolded with one hand tied behind themselves, fighting for quarters for rich folk in the community. And that's the start of mainstream boxing. What are you going to expose? You're going to expose what? That Archie Moore had to give 10% of his purse up for the rest of his career for Joey Maxim? You're going to expose that there was no black heavyweight that got a shot at the title between after Jack Johnson lost to Jess Willard all the way until Joe Louis in the 30s? How are you going to expose that, man? History is not on your side. We're pointing to history. We're pointing to everything that we say about the status of the media, the boxing media, and the treatment of African-American fighters can be substantiated with 100 years of history. You are trying to expose something based on something that was said this week. Oh, well, I don't agree with the fact that you say that this happened, that, you know, that HBO has an Eastern European agenda. Well, I mean, you know, prove it. No, man, I'm telling you it's historical in boxing, and this is just one in a long line of things that I can point to, right? I compare the same way that they didn't want a black heavyweight champion in the 1910, from 1910 to 1920 to 1920 to 1930, right? And nobody got a chance to fight for it. I'm saying it's evidence of the same tendency. How you expose me being wrong on that? You moron. Expose that. And you toothless fuckboys that want to sell that to them, thank you for the commercials. Thank you for the commercials. Nobody care about what you think. No, nobody. I tell you, them bozos come to my page. I tell you all the time, I don't even care what you think. I don't have no respect for you. I have no respect for you. I have no respect for you, and the people that you're talking about don't have any respect for you either. None whatsoever. Because they would never do that to themselves. Never. Never. I got people, I say one thing about Israel. I got this guy blasting at me, right? I mentioned the name Israel. He's going bananas. Do you think he cares that I don't believe him? No, he doesn't. He's going to go on about his business looking for anybody and everybody that disagrees with him, and he's going to support his viewpoint because he feels that he can point to some historical evidence that those people were mistreated. And I can't argue about whether or not those people were mistreated or not, because they absolutely positively were. So I'm not exposing him. I'm just saying I don't want to pay for it. That's it. I don't want to pay for it. Leave me alone. But he's got enough cojones to at least represent his people and say, look, man, it ain't happening to us again. And I don't care about nobody else, and it ain't happening to us again. You get these little bootlicking cats trying to do it for a view. Who cares? That's why they have to put my name in their title. That's why they got to put LDBC in their title. That's why Dougie Fisher got to put the LDBC in his Twitter. That's why Steve Kim's got to put the LDBC name in his Twitter. Because you're not exposing us to who you exposing us to. You're just reacting to us talking to ourselves. We're just all a bunch of black people standing in a room and everybody can hear us outside the doors. That's what you are. You're the guy standing behind that window that can hear me talking loud. I'm not talking to, there might be a guy walking by right now past my house, down the sidewalk, walking their dog or something. And they might hear they might stop and be like, who's that? Why is he so loud? Let me listen. That's you. I'm talking to this chat. You can hear whatever you want because I'm not talking to you. I couldn't care less what you think. I'm talking to the demographic that you're not in. So kick rocks. You might as well treat us like we speak in Spanish. See, if I was speaking Spanish, then Dougie Kim or Steve Fisher, whatever the fuck their names are, and I know I transposed them. I did it on purpose. Dougie Fisher Kim, they wouldn't have anything to say because they can't speak Spanish. You guys should just assume the LDBC is speaking Spanish to you because we're speaking Spanish because we don't care what you think. And that's probably the most irritating thing about it because we have a whole bunch of people that all talk together. We're the lowest common denominator. Dougie said it. He said, we're a group of racist black fight fans and the lowest common denominator who has the PBC catering to them. Right. Okay. So we're a group of people. That's, all your ignorance aside, we're a group of people and we don't care what you think. So fuck off and go watch your Gennady Golovkin fight. I'll watch the Gennady Golovkin fight too, but fuck off. Just like I'll tell you cats in the UK. You talk all that shit. First of all, I like UK fighters. I'll watch Cheeseman and Liam Walsh fight. I'll do all that. I'll do all of that. But I don't need you. I don't need any UK fighters, man. None. Boxing would be extinct if it wasn't for Mexicans and black fighters. The sport would be extinct, completely extinct. If it wasn't for the people in those two demographics, the fans and the fighters, it would be completely extinct in the United States. What are you going to do? Who's going to fight? Who is it? Fuck out of here, bums. I'm glad you showed up, though. Moron. I don't care what you guys think. I get the super chat. I'm sorry. Thank you, man. Yeah, I've missed a lot of stuff, but I don't care. Let's just get this stuff straight, man. We're not talking to you. We're not even talking to you. We talk about your ass. We're not talking to you. Go away. Go stand outside of the next UFC fight. Hold a fucking stand. Hold a what do you call it? What do you call it? A poster? Whatever it is. Hold a picket sign. Hold a picket sign and say, support boxing, support boxing. Go into the NASCAR event, hold your picket sign and say, please support boxing. Please come back. Because that's the only way your nonsense talk is going to be relevant. Because they don't even want to see you fight. They want to see Duran fight. They want to see Sugar Ray Leonard fight. They wanted to see Thomas Hearns fight. They want to see Canelo Alvarez fight. They want to see Floyd Mayweather fight. They want to see Terrence Crawford fight. They want to see Deontay Wilder fight. They wanted to see Floyd Mayweather Jr. fight. Shane Mosley fight. The demographic. They want to see the lowest common denominator in the world fight. That's boxing, you fucking moron, Steve Kim. That is boxing. That is boxing. The poorer you get, the better fighters you got. That is an old adage and very, very true. Catering to the lowest common denominator in society. What is it? What do you think you playing, dog? You think this is a bridge? Is this a bridge? Is this a what is this what do you call that shit? Is this a dog show? What is this an aquarium event? What do you watch? We watching horses? We watching horses jump over water and stand on their hind feet Fuck out of here, man. Adam Wild M, my man. Gregor Rice said there is no misunderstanding, only hateful indifference, wasted time, and oxygen. You got that right, LDBC. Yes, sir. Salute to you, Jeff Marshall. And that's the part. Let me actually keep this up. I find you cats funny. Who's fighting in the Madison Square Garden? Lomachenko, who's a great fighter, and I'm gonna watch him. And I did a video about Lomachenko and Anthony Corrala. I did it the other day because we want to hear about that. Some people in the LDBC are fans of Lomachenko, or they're interested in the fight with Corrala. Some people are. I've got subscribers that are. So I talk about it to the lowest common denominator in boxing. Hashtag lowest common denominator. LCD. I'm hashtag LCD. Lowest common denominator. What's going on, Craig Love? He said, yeah, there's a whole lot of fans of Lomachenko. See, that's the thing. People give those fighters their credit. But you're a scum of the earth. You're the lowest common denominator if you want to represent what happened to Rigondeaux. Right? Did I make up what happened to Guillermo Rigondeaux? No. You couldn't, and these cats couldn't care less. But I care. So I'm going to talk about it. To people that care about it. Hell yeah, dog. Hashtag LCD, baby. That's me. Lowest common denominator. What's going on, Samuel? What's going on, Samuel? Shout out to you in London, too. Indigenous people of America. Adewale. Excuse me. He said, to be honest, if I had the means and resources, I'd have snatched the organization of sports that are dominated by the demographic so we can run the shit ourselves. Yeah, man. I mean, in a large part, dog, that's what's making them cats sick about. Look what Al Heyman's doing, man. There is no come on, man. Come on. First of all, it sits within the sports world, man. So, I mean, I don't want to get into the broader issues. Oh, Real Talk 90 said, why did they strip Rigo and not Mikey the same way? Oh, they stripped him because the WBA didn't think that he'd earn any money. Rigondeaux was going to earn any money for them. So they wanted Rigondeaux out. I think they also stripped Rigondeaux before, like the IBF. And then he won. I think it might have been the IBF or the WBO that he originally got against Nonito Donaire, and they stripped him of that. I think he'd been stripped twice. Same reason that Luis Ortiz has gotten one title shot. He don't work for any of them. And when Rigondeaux worked for Bob Arum threw him under a bus, and HBO threw him under a bus, just like HBO was trying to throw Floyd Mayweather under a bus, and like they tried to like they threw when Peter King, whatever his name is, that dished boxing all together. Man, God dog said who they were going to feature on that channel. Real Boxing, why are you still here? Oh, because he's a fan. That's why he's still here. Don't you find boxing politics boring? No, not at all. I love boxing politics. I love it. It's intriguing to me because it's one of the biggest parts of boxing. Because it's everything that's going on in between the last fight and the next fight. Like I said, I'm a boxing fan. So I talk about boxing and I read stuff related to boxing all the time. And I find boxing politics very interesting. But I find politics interesting. And politics is the relationship between people. It's interesting to see why certain things happen. But also, I think it's important to point it out so that, all the blame doesn't wind up on the head of the fighter. Because if you don't know anything about what a promoter does, the role of a promoter or role of a manager, the role of the networks, right? The relationship between journalists and promoters, then you won't necessarily understand what the truth is. The truth is hard to get a hold on, but if you look at all the different components, then you have an easier time like predicting what's gonna happen. And if you can predict what's gonna happen reasonably close, then you know that your understanding of what's going on is decent. Like take for example that thing with Marcellus Wallace. I don't know whether he tested positive for anything or not. I just don't know. But why was it put out there? Right? Texas didn't put that out there. Right? It's not on Texas's website yet. Right? It's on BoxRec, and people did all this, speculation. And what I'm saying, my point is let's examine whether or not this is confirmed or not. Well, in order to do that, you have to know the relationship between you have to understand the relationship between Texas and whatever body sanctioned that fight, right? And the promoter and BoxRec and Fight Facts, so you can get around just having some basic understanding of the truth. I personally find it very interesting. But some people don't, and I can understand why you wouldn't. CMB 100, much love in the super chat. And I think I missed another one. But my thing, you gotta understand, man, my purpose of my channel, I have a purpose of talking about boxing. I try to be an advocate for cats, man. Sugar Fantastic again in the building. He said, oh yeah, CMPB said 100, said, keeping it real. What's good, Fannon? I'm chill, man. What's good with you? Jamahari Moore said, Fannon, I find it funny that the lowest common denominator in the demographics of boxing is incredibly large compared to that of the UK. Oh, dude. This moron, Steve Kim, and I'm glad you said that, Jamahari. I'm killing your name, Mr. Moore, sir. That's funny. They appeal to the lowest common denominator. How the fuck is the biggest portion of the boxing fan base the lowest common denominator? Huh? How is 30% of the hardcore boxing fan base in boxing, upwards, probably closer to 40% of the hardcore fan base in boxing, the lowest common denominator? How is that? How is that? How many American champions are there? Because we're in America, right? This is the country we're in, right? How many American boxing champions are there? I'll skip to the answer. It's 17. Okay? It's 17. All 17 of them, with the exception of Khalid Plant, who is the 168 pound, who is a 168 pound champion. All of them, without exception, with the exception of Khalid Plant, are in the lowest common denominator of boxing, of society. All of them. But if you want to say, oh, we're just talking about black people, then of that 17, 12 of them. Let me count the African American. Let me count the black champions we have in America. We got Deontay Wilder's a member of the lowest common denominator, the heavyweight champion. At 168, do we have anybody at 168? We have Andre Durrell at 168 pounds, is the WBC champion, I do believe. At 160, we have Daniel Jacobs and Demetrius Andrade, who are members of the lowest common denominator. After that, at 154, we've got Tony Harrison, and Jared Hurd, who are members of the lowest common denominator. Then of the number 147 pound, we have Errol Spence Jr., lowest common denominator, LDC baby. LDC baby. Then we got Terrence Crawford, LDC baby, lowest common denominator. And then we have Sean Porter, who's the lowest common denominator. And then we've got Keith Thurman, who's the lowest common denominator. Let's go down to 140 pounds, dog. Okay. Regis Porgray, I don't think he has a belt yet. But we have at 130, what's the lightweight? Lightweight, you have Richard Comey, lowest common denominator. Oh, we got Maurice Hooker, who's the lowest common denominator. I think we're at 12 now. So then at lightweight, we have, at 130 pounds, we have Tevin Farmer, who's the lowest common denominator. And then we also have another lowest common denominator named Gervonta Davis. So right now we're like 14 lower common denominator world champions in boxing. Shut up, moron. The lowest common denominator has more world champions than any country on the fucking globe from the lowest common denominator that the PBC is catering to. Comey at 135. Thank you very much. Sorry about that. You know. So anyway, Russell at 126. Thank you. I'm sorry. That's 15. Gary Russell Jr. So we got 15 lowest common denominator champions in boxing, but the PBC is just catering to the lowest common denominator in boxing. Let me see. What's your upper echelon denominator? How is that? The US got more black champions than every other country. Comey, I think, is African though. So we'll just move it down to 14. No need to get gluttonous. How come we got all these world champions? What's wrong with marketing these world champions to their own community? What's wrong with me as somebody who wants to talk about boxing, talk about the demographic, Dougie, that represents 14 major world champions, who has more world champions than any other country on the planet? There are more Black American champions than there are champions from the UK. There are more Black American champions than there are champions from Mexico. Why is it? Why? And then I'm not even talking about American fighters. I'm leaving out fighters just so I don't act gluttonous. Right? So I'm not saying Abner Mares. I'm not saying Mikey Garcia. I'm not saying Leo Santa Cruz. I'm not saying David Benavidez or Caleb Plant. Right? I'm not talking about any of them. Shit, we may get another one when we got one fighting for one. We got Jarrell Big Baby Miller fighting for one in June. Who got a shot at getting one? What's wrong? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with people supporting those fighters and saying, look, HBO, we pay you to put on fights because I have an HBO subscription. What's wrong with me saying, look, Jim Lampley, why don't you put on more American champions? Because we have the best roster of boxers in the world, and you won't put them on TV. Is that an accident? Where you know, based on the data, that the number one and number two fan bases, by the amount of money that they spend and the amount of time that they watch boxing in the United States, are Spanish-speaking fight fans and Black American fight fans. But since the Spanish-speaking fight fans are divided between multiple nationalities, or ethnic groups, like Puerto Ricans and Dominicans and Cubans and Mexicans and Ecuadorians and Venezuelans. What's wrong with us wanting to see our champions? Why are we biased because we want to see the best fighters? Because if you say who's the best fighters, then you got to have an objective measure for who you think the best fighters are. And I'm saying, objectively speaking, I can point to more Black American champions than I can to any other group. So why am I biased for saying that they're the best? And then I want to see the best fight. Ukraine has three. And we see all of them on TV. All three of them. Never going to miss one because they're all going to be on TV. All of Lomachenko's fights are aired on television. Wojcik won his belt. All of those are going to be aired. Usyk, after he got that, I mean, he was on the World Boxing Super Series, but he's on the list. What's wrong with me saying, dog, why isn't Gary Russell Jr.? Gary Russell Jr. gave Lomachenko probably his toughest fight ever. Why isn't Lomachenko? Why isn't he on the pound for pound? How come Ring Magazine, Dougie Fisher, you're telling me that Black American fighters have the most world champions of everybody, of every demographic in sports, but you can't name one to Fighter of the Year? Not one? You telling me Terrence Crawford wins all 4 major championship belts? All 4 major championship belts. Lomachenko fights one guy in his own weight class, and you give him Fighter of the Year. And you don't think there's something wrong with that? Or you think there's something wrong with me pointing that out? Because I'm biased. Bias should be unfairly prejudiced. That's what that means. Unfairly prejudiced. Unfair would mean that I'm not looking at the facts. I'm looking at the facts. I'm looking at the facts. Terrence Crawford in 2017 won every major championship belt at 140 pounds, and he did not get Fighter of the Year from Boxing Writers Association of America. They gave it to Vasyl Lomachenko. Vasyl Lomachenko only fought one guy in his weight class that year. One. Miguel, he had 3 fights. Miguel Mariaga, Jason Sosa, and Guillermo Rigondeaux. Guillermo Rigondeaux is a 118-pound fighter or a 122-pound fighter. Miguel Mariaga had never fought at 130. He's a guy that just came off a loss for fighting at 126 pounds, and that was his first fight at 130. The first fight that happened between all that was Jason Sosa. So Jason Sosa is the only 130-pounder that Lomachenko beat that year. Why did he get Fight of the Year and not Terrence Crawford? You can't ever find a reason to give somebody Fight of the Year in 6 straight years? 6 straight years? Who's going to get Fight of the Year this year? I know who it's not going to be. If the past has anything to say about it, it's not going to be Errol Spence. It's not going to be Errol Spence. It's not going to be Deontay Wilder. It's not going to be Terrence Crawford. It's not. It's going to be somebody that you're not afraid to vote for, Dougie. So you can say what you want to say. I'm talking facts. Facts. The number one demographic of American fight fans are Black American fight fans as a single demographic. Because the Spanish-speaking demographic is multiple. It's a group. It's Mexicans, it's Ecuadorians, it's Puerto Ricans, it's Dominicans, all great fight fans, all got great fighters, love them to death. No disrespect intended at all. But the single demographic of Black Americans has produced 15 current world champions, 14 current world champions, more than any country on the planet. And I'm racially biased because I support the best fighters, statistically the best fighters. No, you're biased. You're biased because you can't find a way to reward any of them. But there's 2 of them on your pound for pound list. 2 of them on your pound for pound list. Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. The only ones on your pound for pound list of the 15 world champions that we have. There's an argument that Jarrett Hurd got a better resume than damn near anybody in boxing after beating Trout, after beating Lara, and unifying and being a unified champion, 154 pounds, undefeated fighter. Why isn't he on the pound for pound, but your bitch ass can put Inoue on there? Inoue? What has Inoue done? He's 13-0, but you got Inoue on there. You got Inoue on there, but you don't have Jarrett Hurd on there. You got Inoue on there, but you don't have Gervonta Davis on there. What does Inoue deserve? What did Inoue do to deserve to be on a pound-for-pound list that Gervonta Davis hasn't done? Nothing is the answer. Nothing. Zip. Zero. Nothing. Nothing. But you got him up there. What's the guy, Menelothium? What has Menelothium done to be at number 10 on your pound for pound that Deontay Wilder hadn't done? There's 15 people in that little ass weight class. But you know, I'm biased. Why don't you just cry, dude? You always come up with 20 in your finger and you always got facts. Yeah, right. Like I said, I don't care what you think. If you don't want to go look them up, I can name the Black American champions to you. And you can go check them. Tell me that they're not champions. I know the names of the champions. I know how many champions they have in the UK. I know how many champions. I can come close to naming all the Mexican champions. But I don't have any issue with people in the UK supporting Anthony Joshua. They should support Anthony Joshua. I will defend Deontay Wilder because I think they're being unfair to Deontay Wilder. That does not make me biased. That means all that means is that I'm respecting Deontay Wilder. I'm respecting somebody in my community. In no other sport would somebody from Chicago be called biased and racist because they supported the Chicago Bulls. They're from my hometown. That's my hometown. Why can't I support my hometown? Why can Eric Morales support Cats because he's Mexican and he's not that? David Benavidez said he's riding with Mikey Garcia. Abel Sanchez said he was riding with Mikey Garcia. I can name a whole bunch of Mexicans, cats who have a Mexican parent, if you don't want to call David Benavidez Mexican, who will say, I'm riding with him because that's my people. I'm going to ride with him. I got to support him. They will say that. But they don't go jump on them for that. They don't jump on them for it. You know why you jump on us? Because we got so many champions. And you don't want to give credit where credit's due because you don't want to have to talk about our fighters all the time. Because truth be told, if you didn't do anything but talk about championship fights, you would be talking about Black American fighters half the damn time. That's what the truth is. The same way that the cats in the UK were so amped up about Anthony Joshua because finally they had somebody that they thought was going to be able to take over America. That they were going to be able to that they had a fighter that was above and better than the American fighters. That's what they wanted. And that's okay for them to want that. And it's okay for me to say, man, pump your brakes. He's not better than my guy yet. There's nothing wrong with that. This is sports. I'm a fan of sports. Even you bullshit ass, non-biased blowjob channels, whatever the fuck you guys call yourself. You're fans of boxing. You're fans of boxing. You have fighters that you like, and you just lie and say, oh, I don't like any fighters. You're lying. You don't like any fighters. You're not a fan of any fighter. There's no fighter that you root for. You lie. You lie. You're telling me what kind of sports fan would sit there with a straight face and tell you that they don't root for anybody? I just sit around like Dr. Spock and watch the fight, and I don't care about the outcome. I am just trying to watch who has the best. Shut up, you liar. That's a lie on his face. You're a boxing fan. I'm a boxing fan. I like Errol Spence Jr. I like him. I wanted him to beat Mikey Garcia. What's wrong with that? I'm a boxing fan. I'm a Chicago Bull fan. I want the Chicago Bulls to beat the Golden State Warriors. It ain't happening, but I'm watching the game the whole time, hoping please win. But you whatever that shit you said, was it non-blowjob boxing community or something? Whatever your names are, whatever that is, you're acting as if you are not really a boxing fan, and you're lying. You're lying. You're trying to use the fact that somebody's a boxing fan against them. You're trying to have a fan debate, but at the same time act like you're not a fan. You're liars, and you're not even good ones, because the logic behind it doesn't make sense. Oh, let me go to the super chat. I'm non-biased. You're a boxing fan. What do you mean? Oh, what's going on, Big Dogs in the building? Oh, let me go back up. They said LDC reporting LDBC hurts so bad. Yeah, man, I'm the lowest common denominator, dog. I'm taking that one. I'm pound LDC. I'm pound LDC. LCD. Thank you. Now, as you can see, I'm hashtag dyslexic. Big Dogs in the building. Eric Jensen's in the building. Salute to you, Big Dogs. Troy King, salute. Eric Jenkins said LCD member number 1. I got Big Baby in ninth round by knockout. That's what's up. Outright fitness and facts. Fitness and performance at facts, man. Much love to Super Chat, man. Oh, Gregor Wise said Tyson Fury will be fighter of the year. Dog, I don't doubt that at all. I would not doubt that at all, dog. Joseph Brown said, I don't want us unified. We proud to support our own. Forget what old media talking about. The movement LDBC got them scared to death. Yes, sir, Joseph Brown. And this is what it is. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it again. We don't even need you. We don't need you. You are a fly on the wall, or you are a passerby out on the street. Any way you want to go. You're just a passerby on the street. We're boxing fans talking to each other about boxing. I don't go to your page. I don't listen to you. I used to be a part of the that's why Dougie Fisher is like, man, I know you, Dougie. I've been listening to you for years. I know what you think, Dougie. I've been listening to you. I listened to you for a decade. I listened to you before you had the gray in your hair. Okay? Monday Mailbag, dog. Come on, man. Monday Mailbag started back with Max Boxing. I used to read Monday Mailbag. Dog, I'm surprised you never. I know what you must have been getting in that mailbag, because I know what the people were doing in that comment section. You have to be stuck in the middle of them. I don't have to be stuck in the middle of them. I left the room. And this is what the LDBC is more than anything. It is a departure from you. They left you. That lowest common denominator left you. They're not interested in what you have to say. They're not reading your articles. They don't respect you. The only time they're talking about you is about you. And that's it. So I suggest you do something like go get you a fan base that wants to listen to you. And you know who those people are. They're the people that give you microaggressions about whether or not you really like watermelon. And watermelon's really, you ever notice how people make fun of you for eating watermelon? Who the fuck don't like watermelon? Anyway, y'all be killing me with that. Hey, Fannon, what's your view on what? On Skip Bayless? I hate the dude. I'm a boxing fan. I don't even pay attention to Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless is, when I used to pay attention to Skip Bayless, was that when he wrote for the Chicago Tribune, and he was a very good writer with the Chicago Tribune. That's another guy who's a journalist. He writes well. That's what they do. They write well. He has excellent sentence structure. Excellent sentence structure. But he is just representing that demographic. And that demographic, because we're all a demographic. I don't care enough about him. He's probably really a baseball fan. But if he's talking about boxing, he's just doing it to make you angry. And he knows who he's trying to get to watch. Like, who do I want to watch me? What do the people that are my fans, what do they want to hear? Right? And then you look at what position he takes on multiple deals. They all know. Just like Steve Kim. Steve Kim represents the group of people that come to listen to him. Mike Montero, I'll say that fuckboy's name too. Because I've seen him actually out. Dog, I saw him say some of the most racist shit I've ever heard on YouTube. And this is a guy they hang out with. I heard him say some of the most. He did a video with his brother when I was subscribed to his channel. He said the most racist shit that I'd ever heard on YouTube. And that is Dougie. That's a guy that hangs out with Steve Kim and Dougie Fisher. How could you hang out with that guy? Not that he doesn't know anything about boxing or that he doesn't have, he has his opinion. He's a boxing fan. Whatever. But when I heard him say something about light-skinned black men, I was like, wow. About Andre, and he said about Andre Ward. I was like, wow. You just gonna come out the closet like that? Wow. And this is who Dougie Fisher's hanging out with and Steve Kim hanging out with? That's who they're yucking it up with? That's who you're yucking it up with? Dog, I wouldn't even want that dude in the room with me. I wouldn't even want him in the room with me. Because I'm like, what? What? Dog, I just want to see your fighter lose, dog, to watch you get upset. And it happens a lot. So, it is what it is. They open up a new Popeyes like Wilt's. What? Stuck in the drive-thru. Come on, man. Everybody likes fried chicken, man. We the only people that get made fun of because we like food that tastes good. Like, the fuck sense does that make? They like food that tastes good. This is how they are, bro, hating on the low. Yeah, man. But my point is this, man, as long as we are all attending our own live streams, most people here came from Trill Boxing Talk. We kept chopping it up over here on Fannon, Fannon Boxing Talk. After that, cats are going to hop to, they were on Blue Blood before. They'll be on Blue Blood again. They'll be on KQKC. After they go to KQKC, they'll be on World Breaker Fighting. After World Breaker Fighting, or they'll be on Best Fight the Best Boxing. Might take a break. You'll be back with 78 Sports TV this evening. You're going to catch other cats. I hear one of my favorite channels is coming back, DCB Boxing. Never met the dude. I listen to Dream Chasing Boxing, every boxing video. He started making less boxing videos. I watch all of that. I never comment on his videos. I've been a fan of that dude's channel forever. He's coming back and starting to do more boxing videos. So I'm like, now I get to listen to more Dream Chasing Boxing. I listen to all of his live streams. Dog, there's just so much to do, man. Yeah, Goodfellas Sports TV is a very good channel. He's not an LDBC channel from what I know, but he's a very knowledgeable young man, and I definitely respect his work. But I really do I do LDBC channels. There are other cats who aren't in the LDBC do good work too. I like Marlo's Corner. I'll go to Marlo's Corner. I'll go to obviously Boxing Ego. All these channels, new media, but basically it's people in our demographic, man, that want to talk boxing with each other. And we don't always have to get along. But see, the fact that we don't all get along, that just tells you, man, there's no reason to go outside. Because if you're going to have a reason, if you're going to disagree with somebody, you can disagree with somebody within that is close enough to you where you're not going to wind up hating each other. There's the Boxing Voice. I think Ness is a Dominican cat. He's got a lot of cats really support Ness, right? So I guess Ness is kind of like a hybrid situation, but that's a new media channel. It's a great channel. And so you don't have to go to Dougie Fisher and these guys. You don't need it. For American boxing, you don't need it. And once this, you don't need Dougie Fisher. You don't need to read The Ring. The Ring sucks anyway. Like, look at their articles. I go to The Ring every day. It might be once every month they have an article that I would actually read. Maybe once a month that I would actually read an article. And that's worth reading, right? Boxing Scene is like, I look at the titles, because that's really a hodgepodge of other people's reports. That's a news aggregator site. And I was like, I got a better news aggregator site, aggregator site myself. I mean, that's all I do. But I don't even need that, really. Because if I wanted to, if I wasn't making videos, I could go to LDBC channels and I could get the essence of what they report. So what do I even need them for? It's like a complete one-stop shop. So what do I need you for? You but just, and all they're doing is trying to placate with people we like that don't like us. So much so that now we're a topic we're a topic of their journalism. These morons got to report on us. And I know he listened. I know you listen. Because cats have told me you listen, dog. You ain't alone. Dog, and everybody that say they like you don't like you. Okay? Whole bunch of people smile in your face and don't like you. Okay? So we all know, dog. We all know we got our circle and you ain't in it. Just kick rocks. Oh, hell no. Somebody changed my name. He said the LCD boxing, home of the U.S. demographic. Dog, that's my new hashtag, dog. Dog, hey, that's my new movement, the LDC movement. Hashtag lowest common denominator. Hey, Al Heyman. Hey, I am the lowest common denominator. I need for you to cut the prices, and I need you to show me some more. I need you to show me Greer from Chicago. Okay, was it Joshua Greer? I always screw his name up. Greer, the little dude, the little up and coming dude from there, man. I need to be able to see his fights, man, because I need some more Money Pal, man. I need some Money Pal the fourth. You need to cater me some Money Pal the fourth, man. That's what I need. I need access to Money Pal the fourth. Kidding me, dude. Who's what? Dan Rayfield. Dan Rayfield's just, he works for ESPN. He's just lazy. See, Dan Rayfield that I've seen has not come out and attacked like boxing fans. They haven't attacked boxing fans. Like, dog, you getting pushed back on your articles. You didn't expect this? This is what this is, Stevie. This is a boxing fan who doesn't like your writing. I don't like your product. You put your product out into the public space, I don't like it. Okay? I don't like it. And I'm going to say I don't like it. Okay? You put it out there, dog, live with it. You don't like what I'm saying. I guarantee you don't like what I'm saying. So I live with it. I'm okay. I'm okay with you not liking what I do. Oh, Cass said, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. Oh, dog, it's over. Dog, it's over. Let me tell you when I knew it was over. This is when it's over. When you have guys when you can actually grow a YouTube channel to 1,000 just off conversations that you have between maybe one or two LDBC channels. That's when you know you're good. Because you have an established fan base that will trust you, will trust what you have to say. And they'll give somebody a look like, oh, I like it or I don't like it. But either way, hey, man, I'll subscribe to you. I'll support your cause. But no, dog, we're killing it, man. On the real, really, really killing it. He said, when you want that burger, dog. Yeah, Skip Bayless doesn't know anything about boxing, man. Not a, so it's whatever. Neither does Stephen A. Smith. So I don't take anything Stephen A. Smith says about boxing seriously or personally, because he's not a boxing fan. He's a basketball guy, and he knows more about basketball than I do. I'll tell you that. Definitely over the last bunch of years, But even then, he's got his opinion, right? But I don't think he should be. I don't think he should be all quick to be arguing with Jalen Rose. Right. It will definitely maybe long term about the history of basketball and all that type of stuff, but definitely not on how you go about playing. Oh, Anthony LeGrand said Douglas Fisher has atrocious writing himself. Yeah, I don't even know. I've been I don't read him anymore. It was a long time. Stephen A is okay with talking ball, but boxing, nah, he's not. He's not the dude for boxing, man. I promise you, he's not the dude for boxing. What's going on, Art? Said late to the party. Blessings to you as well, man. Blessing you as well. But back to this other subject. I'm sorry I had to go in because this dude has an implosion. Dog, just sit in. Let me give you some advice, man. Just stop. Just stop. Okay? You're letting our haters put you in a bind. You got to change the subject on them, Stevie. You got to change the subject on them. You just got to keep your eyes straight forward, man. Okay? Steve Kim, you can fall off a mountain. But Dougie Fisher, you got to keep your blinders on, dog, and go forward. Okay? Keep your blinders on and go forward. Because what you guys are experiencing is this. You're experiencing like they're begging you to talk about us because we won't talk about them. I don't go to Twitter. That's why I don't even do Twitter. That's like a public discussion. This is a closed circuit. This is closed circuit TV right here. You got to go out your way to come listening to me. I ain't about to have any battles with cats on Twitter about what people like. What? Why? Dog, Dougie, get off Twitter, man. Stop trying to be everybody's friend. They don't like you anyway. Dog. They don't like you. Keep your blinders on, dog. I'm happy in my job in the hotel. Okay, you guys are talking. Let me go back in. What's going on, Corey Yellowman Jackson? All right, so I'm just catching up for 9. Talked to Blue Blood earlier about printing for him. Own a design and printing company. I can get those shirts done for you as well. That's what's up. You print them and ship them? Yeah, I just need to make sure as long as like I can't use, if I buy, I don't want t-shirts of mine done. I don't want merchandise. I would rather buy LDBC merchandise from somebody else and then give it away, then do a giveaway or something like that. I'd rather do it like that. I don't want to do merchandise myself. You know? Yeah, Max Kellerman lost all credibility saying Josh was the biggest star in boxing. Even Max Kellerman can't pay attention to boxing that much. He's too busy. Just because, he only has 24 hours a day in his life too. And he's got to watch basketball. He's got to keep up to date on basketball, baseball, boxing, probably hockey, know what's going on with tennis. He's got to cover like 5 or 6 sports. So really, all he has is probably has an assistant tell him what happened. And he might read a sheet and then go from there. He's not out there really paying attention to what's going on the ground in boxing because he doesn't have enough time. He don't have enough time in his day. To the extent that I do it, I specialize. Like, I don't have enough time. Like, I have fights I need to watch. Like, I really need to watch fights. Like, I have like all of the 1980s, 154, 160, 160, 100. I got all of the 80s, 147 to 168 pound fights I need to watch. Like all the championship fights I need to watch. And I need to watch all of the 19. Then there's hundreds and hundreds of fights that I have to watch that I'm trying to get to. So because when people ask me questions or we talk about things, I want to have it fresh on my mind. Like, you know what I mean? Like right now, the way I'm talking about, like I know who's who, I know what happened. But dog, I don't remember what happened when Mike McCallum, like what the problems were, like Mike McCallum having not fought Hagler and right. And I don't really know, like Michael Nunn. I watched a lot of Michael Nunn this weekend, and like I got a fact wrong. Like, was Michael, like, who won in the amateurs between Frank Tate and Michael Nunn? Dog, that's a lot of stuff if you just on boxing. You know what I mean? If you just on boxing. So Max Kellerman can't tell you that stuff. Max Kellerman doesn't know that. He don't even know all that stuff. There are 741 million people in Europe. More people know who AJ is than any American fighter. You're a moron. First of all, rude boy, you're assuming that 741 million people know Anthony Joshua. Why would you believe that? There's 5 billion people on planet Earth. Deontay Wilder's on planet Earth, so 3 billion people know Deontay Wilder because he's on Earth. What fuck sense does that make? in Europe. How many people are in the Western Hemisphere? Hold on. Let me use your ridiculous ass logic for a second. You guys just skip, Doug. I mean, sometimes you just come on. What's the population of Western Hemisphere? There are God, dog, there's a lot of people. There's 700, roughly 800 million people. There's roughly 800 million people in the Western Hemisphere. Between North and so, hey, that's more than AJ. Come on, man. Let's not try let's think for a couple seconds before you leave a comment. Funny, dude. AJ's is famous in UK, Germany, and France, Holland, Australia, and not massive. Dude, Deontay Wilder's famous in the UK. Whatever, dude. Terry Norris is a beast, man. Yeah, I got to catch. See, I watched Terry Norris. I made a bad fight because I'm going through these Terry Norris fights. Man, Terry Norris. Man, problem with Terry Norris. Terry Norris got hit. Terry Norris gets that wobbly woo. You know what I mean? Everybody here in New York talk about Clarissa Shields and Wilder fight coming up. That's what's up. Hey, man, that Tito Carla, I didn't know that I thought you were in Puerto Rico for some reason, man. Tito. Yeah, Deontay Wilder's famous in the UK. You didn't know? Yeah, he's famous in the UK. He fights on Sky Sports. He fights on the same network that Anthony Joshua does. Yeah. I hear UK, IFL TV, you know, the big boxing channel out of the UK, they talk about Deontay Wilder all the time. Eddie Hearn is the #1 promoter in the UK. He talks about Deontay Wilder all the time. Anthony Joshua was the #1 heavyweight in the UK. He talks about Deontay Wilder all the time. They chasing him down to make a fight with him. Of course he's famous. What are you talking about? You know him, don't you? Do you know him? Let me test here. Do you know him? You ever met him, but you know his name? He's famous to you. Are you in the UK? Y'all are funny, dude. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, he hit Terry Norris with that. Boom. Oh, but Julian Jackson does that to everybody, man. Julian Jackson hurt anybody, man. I got Meldrick Taylor I got to go through. I got a lot of work to do, man. I got a lot of work to do, dog, because we got the OG boxing talk in the morning on Sunday morning. That's OG boxing talk. So you got to be OG talking boxing. You got to know OG boxing. You know? You got to be Kurt Sugar up in this mug. Subscribe to World Breaker Fighting, by the way, because Kurt Sugar is on World Breaker Fighting, and that is a boxing scholar rock. That's a scholar rock right there. Well, we know he turned down $110 million to duck AJ Facts. No, you don't know that. AJ's not signed with DAZN. You're going to keep making up stuff? Best fight. Hey, what's your email, man? Send me your email. Rude boy, send me your email. I want to meet you over on a chat at 3:30 Eastern Standard Time, 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. I want you to meet me over there at Best Fight the Best channel. Send me your link. Send me your email. Send me your email. I need you to put your email in the link. I'll give you 5 gongs if you give me your email. And then I'm going to meet you on Best Fight the Best channel at 4:30. Just then get on the panel, and then I'll meet you there. If I'm a little late, Best Fight the Best, BFTB, he'll fill in for me. He'll be easy money for you, too. You can run right through him. It'll be a fun conversation for you. Real fun conversation. Yes, all right, man, he wants that smoke. Come on, Best Fight the Best doesn't hardly know anything about AJ. It's easy money for him. You see this tongue firmly in cheek? He said, Rude Boy is Heady One, a.k.a. Get Hit. Oh, is that what it is? Oh, yeah. For now, I want that smoke. No, I don't want that smoke. Hey, dog, I don't want no smoke from. Come on, man. The issue's dead. I mean, like, I listen to Best Fight the Best because I learned shit. He really is a very detail-oriented cat. Very detailed. And I just love it. It's like a refresher course for me. Like, okay, what happened? Best Fight the Best. Listen. Best Fight the Best. Listen and subscribe. He won't do it for now. I know he won't do it. For now, his trolls clone already been on. Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know where they are, dog. Actually, give it. Subscribe to the Cali Enigma Sports and Entertainment, dog. Ivy said, email or smoke, dog. Just, but I'm not debating nobody on this channel, dog. This is for OG boxes. I'm letting OG boxes on the channel and Cali Enigma. That's how we roll it. That's how we roll. Fury ducked Wilder. He did that. Oh, he's one of those 130 account dudes, dog. That'd be funny, dog. But I was like pissed because I thought I had to clear out all my block trolls because I was like, dang, man, it takes me forever to find somebody if I want to unblock them. But then Marlon So Icy Sim said Control F. And once I can type it in and it came up, I was like, okay, great. I can leave these dudes blocked. British Boxing Media, could you please, says Fannon, could you please read my comment a little bit up? Hey, Fannon, you got to put that orange. Let the name fill in and it's orange and I'll see it. That's a lot easier than going back and looking for it, but I'll try to look for it. DOG in the building. Oh, good question, Fannon. With PBC in the UK and Wilder Brazil not on PBC UK, is that a sign that Undisputed is getting closer? It shows I don't think it's a sign it's getting closer. My first reaction was that's a slap. And it's kind of like you slap on multiple levels. Slap BT. It's slap BT. Because they gave that fight to BT. I think it was on BT before. Wasn't it on BT? It was on BT before. So they were like, nah, BT, we're not fucking with you because, we ain't fucking with Tyson Fury. But it means that he's just as open to negotiate with Sky as they are to BT. So they have a good relationship. So it should mean that Heyman and Sky Sports can have a working relationship where you might be able to get other cats, other UK heavyweights that are signed to Sky, right? So if you got some guys like you have other Sky, if you have other American fighters, then also it could mean that Sky could get some other PBC fights, right? So like if you have a Terrence Crawford Errol Spence fight, that PBC and ESPN might work with Sky and allow them to have that fight, right? So it's just, it just shows that they're open to negotiation and work with other people. I still think, that I think the fight's going to happen. I think the Tyson Fury not taking that fight is good for the Deontay Wilder, the Deontay AJ fight, And quite honestly, man, for me, it even made me relax a little, made me relax on AJ just a little bit because, dog, it's like Tyson Fury's just a bigger punk, for what he did. He's even bigger punk than what happened with AJ. Because AJ didn't pull out of a negotiation on some flimsiness, But, there you go. Let me check this. Okay. By the way, man, I got more Patreons coming up today. Subscribe to the Patreon. Definitely going to talk about some social issues today after I get off this video. Got to do a plug for my Patreon. Got to do a plug for the Patreon. Snoop Jab. There's a breakdown. My breakdown of Fury. Oh, here's my breakdown of Fury. This needs to be said as a European person who sees the signs. He is 100% clearly a racist on the low. Yeah, I can say. Dog, I've seen a lot of that. He does, yeah, he absolutely has some of those. That's what I call those microaggressions. He shows the microaggressions, He does. But I was just hoping the best for him, man, because hey, I respect your opinion on that. Rude boy, get out of here, man. You're not real. You're not real, rude boy. You're not real. I don't like that troll. What troll? Rude boy, you can throw him out. Block him. You don't like him, block him. I don't care. See you, dude. You'll be back under another name. There you go. Hypey took 0 pause on blocking him. His whole team is, I don't doubt it, man. I mean, it's the world we live in. It is what it is. The dude can fight, but he didn't want to get that. He didn't want that again, man. He didn't want that again. He did not want it again. Yeah, he didn't want that fight again. Man, I read the first word and bam, he was gone. Yeah, dude be getting you. He getting up out of here, dog. Oh, rude boy, he's just attention speaking. He just wants attention. Hey, rude boy, here's a gong for you. Here's a little attention. Okay, little gong, little mini gong for you. Fuck out. Let me see. Unpopular opinion, Tank is pound for pound number 1. He hasn't shown enough to actually be on the list yet by Mar. But look, man, Profit. They have Inoue on there. Inoue has not done more than Gervonta Davis. Inoue has not done more than Deontay. Has not done more than Gervonta Davis has. If Inoue is on there, Gervonta Davis should be on there. But he's on there because they're trying to build him. He has spectacular knockouts. So does Gervonta Davis. So does Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis went the distance one time. And he's won the 130-pound belt, a major championship belt at 130 pounds 2 times. Yeah, Inoue's on there. Watch this. Let me go over here. I'm just going to check this. Yeah, he's on there. Let me go. Inoue is number 7. These are the people that they got on this. They got Siraskat Soroivasai on there, and the only thing he did was beat up an overhyped. Overhyped Roman Gonzalez. Shit. So I think Tank should be over there before him. They got Inoue on there. They got Donnie Nietes, the WBO Donnie Nietes on there, who's lost. Just come on, man. They got on ring, they've got Lomachenko, Crawford, Alvarez, Usyk, Spence. Gennady Golovkin is coming off of a loss and a draw against a guy moving up in weight class. Gennady Golovkin shouldn't be there. Inoue, Siskrit Soroivasai, or however you say his name, Mikey Garcia, who just came off a shellacking, and another guy. So, why are they on there? And Gervonta, why are they there and Jarrett Hurd's not there? Why is Jarrett Hurd not there? Jarrett Hurd is an undefeated unified champion who beat guys that used to be on the list. Like I said, there's not enough room. You only get they met their quota. They met their quota. That's what they got over there in ring. They got a quota. They got a 2 black guy quota. That's what I see. They got a 2 black guy quota. Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. are on that quota. Okay. Come on, man. That's what I see. Anybody over, that means you can't put Jarrett Hurd and Gervonta Davis on there too. Why not Gervonta Davis? I mean, why not Jared Hurd over Gennady Golovkin? Gennady Golovkin lost his last fight. Jared Hurd didn't lose his last fight. And he got a draw. He's 0-1-1 in his last two fights. And the fight before that, he was fighting a guy that had never fought at welterweight. Fought a guy, Vanis Martirosyan, a former sparring partner, but he stays on their pound-for-pound list. Just come on, man. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, dude. I mean, get out of here, dog. Like I said, the Ukraine has 3 world champions, and 2 of the 3 are on their top pound for pound list. 2 of their 3. Black Americans, we got American champions. We got 17 American champions. 17 American champions. And only 3 of them are on their pound for pound list. 15 African American fight, and only 2 are on their pound for pound list. But wait for one more fight. They're going to have Wojcik's ass up there too. And Inoue is 17-0 with 15 KOs. He's gone the distance twice. Why not Gervonta Davis? Gervonta Davis is better. Gervonta Davis should be on this list ahead of at least Nietes, Soroy Vasai, Inoue, over all of those guys, over at least those 3. And I think maybe Gervonta and maybe Gennady Golovkin too. There's 4 guys on there that Jared Hurd should be on there before. But it's an opinion, right? It's just an opinion. But they can't find that opinion don't work. But that opinion, dog, their opinion is something, ain't it? Eric Jenkins said, Hurd's demographic doesn't meet the requirements of the old media. Oh, Hurd is a member of he's a member of the LCD. LDBC, make your own list. I ain't about to make my own list. What do I care for? We got real champions, Mighty Quinn. Hey, Mighty Quinn, I got my own list. Let me tell you my list. You want me to run through my list? I don't need a list. The LDBC, or I don't need a list of pound for pound. I'm going to run a list of champions off. How about that? If I want to say, hey, man, my home team, if I want to talk about my home team, I'm going to run a list of champions off. I'm not going to list a bunch of opinions off, okay? Right? If I am a Chicago sports fan and I'm talking crap to somebody from Baltimore, I'll say, look, man, we got a champion. We got a champion in every major sports. Every major sport. Blackhawks won. The Sox won. The Cubs won. The Bulls won. The Bears won. All right, we go through long droughts and not having them, but we got them in all 5, baby. All 5. All 5. Right? All 5 from a Chicago standpoint. We got everything we need except for NCAA, college football, and college basketball. If we could pull off an NCAA champion and we were close with the Fighting Illini, dog, we'd be good. But we don't have it. So, we'll claim Michigan. We'll claim the Big Ten in Michigan. But y'all, so I just do what I did before all the time. What do I need pound for pound? Well, we got Deontay Wilder. We've got Caleb Plant. We got, because I'm going American here. Excuse me. We got Caleb Plant. We got Andre Durrell. We got David Benavidez. We got Demetrius Andrade. We got dang, always my man always skips my mind. The cat that people thought beat a lot of people. Danny Jacobs. Got Danny Jacobs. We got the entire 147-pound division. The entire 140-pound division. We got 3 of the belts. We got 3 of the belts at 154. We're about to get another one at 140. We got 2. We got 2 at 140, 135, 1 at 126. Come on, dog. That's what I'll do. Yeah, Tony, exactly. That's what I'll do. I don't need to make up a pound. I don't need to make up a list. I just pull out the real one on you and tell you to beat it. And you ain't going to be able to beat it because we got the champs. The LCD has the champs. The lowest common denominator has the champs, dog. The LCD of the LCD. Because while you bullshitting, boxing is the lowest common denominator sport. It is the lowest of the major championship sports in America. We are behind basketball, football, baseball, probably hockey, right? That's just what it is, dog. We're in a niche. We're a niche in a niche in a niche. We're a triple niche, baby. Triple niche. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know we got Tony Harrison. That's why I said we got the whole 154-pound division, except for one. Jaime Munguia got the WBO. But other than that, we got the WBA, the IBF, and the WBC. Come on, man. And by the way, if they put Jaime Munguia up there, we'd have that one too. We'd have that one too. Okay? Because the Oscar De La Hoya handed one out when they had Saddam Ali fight that kid, that 168-pound kid. Cali, tell Leo Santa Cruz to fight my homie DMV Gary Russell Jr. Yes, sir. I got a whole bunch. Dog, we got more Gary Russell. There are more good fighters than Gary Russell Jr. fighting. There are more good fighters in Gary Russell Jr.'s family than there are in the Ukraine. Dog, they got more future world champions named Gary Russell Jr. than they got in a lot of countries. You kidding me? The new golden era is coming, bro. Boxing will be higher than hockey in the next coming years. I mean, it's just whenever it happens, man. It's going to happen. But we got to support our fighters in order for that to happen, man. Because you got to neutralize these cats, man. Got to neutralize them. But look, man, I'm about to bounce. Much love to everybody in the super chat. Much love to everybody in the chat. Check out KQKC Boxing. More than likely is going on next. Also, Blue Blood Sports TV probably coming on real shortly. Also, check out World Breaker Fighting and Kurt Sugar on World Breaker channel, on World Breaker Fighting's channel. Check out my man. What's Blazing? The Sports be putting it down. Also, check out later on today, Best Fight the Best Boxing, as well as 7:00 this evening. 78 Sports TV. And in the famous words of Black Fight Fan TV, we done bread, homie. Let me say it. We are done bread, homie. We done. You know what I mean? Peace. Have a great day, everybody.